offense. So, we're hoping next year we can do better, but our season's, going to be ending in 2 more games.
You see a couple of people maybe in the tournament you might want to reach out to and maybe bring to the Defenders or bring.
Yeah, we're always looking for guys for both, for the Lakers and the Defenders. So when the tournament's over, we'll do our scouting reports on a lot of the guys, not just for the Lakers, for the Defenders, and then we'll see them in pre-draft camp and a couple other senior invitationals and stuff. So we'll get to see these guys a couple more times, battling it out with each other. So it's kind of good to see them outside of just the offense that they run and their system. Get to see them individually. Yeah,
I think it's really great. I mean, it's great to see such a talented person like yourself doing that, to be able to help the team out and prove that women can scout as well as some of the guys can. So it's really great to be able to see you do that. And being a broadcaster, before going into this. I think, the women broadcasters are starting to get a lot more respect, and I kind of, I like the idea that, they're starting to get a little bit more respect out there, and there's, especially in the women's game and all that, the men's basketball game as well. Tell us a little bit, some of the broadcasting that's been going out recently.
Yeah, there's definitely an increase of women on the sidelines and on the court, and I love it, especially when the women are credible. So it's always nice to see that, and I just think the bar keeps getting, higher and higher, and so people just want to be better and better at their craft, and so I think you're getting better broadcasters and all around all the different sports with the females, so it's nice to see that.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about your career, too. You were on Ally McBeal and you were on Baywatch, which were 2 really interesting, contrasting shows, but talk a little bit, how's it working with David Hasselhoff on Baywatch?
Oh, that was fun. That was, a while ago, but that was great. I was one of the lifeguards, and I had a recurring role on there for 6 episodes, and it was great. It was a really fun time. Everyone was so fun to work with, and David Hasselhoff, he was great. And, every day I would just be at the beach in Santa Monica, so it was a great working environment, just being on the beach, and it wasn't even like it was work.
Yeah, you had some really great people on the cast. Brooke Byrne was there, and she's doing a great job now, doing her own little thing.
Yeah, she's on Melrose Place now.
She's on Melrose, yeah. So, it's really great. Do you think you're going to go back into acting eventually?
I'm still doing guest starring. I've had guest starring on CSI and different TV shows, but my whole goal is just to have my own sports show and to run my own team all by myself. So that's like the long-term thing. So, I'll still do bit roles here and there in the acting, but my whole focus is mostly just the sports.
Well, yeah, I think that you're doing a great job in that portion as well. And I guess we'll talk a little bit about Ally McBeal. How was your guest role on Ally McBeal?
That was also a really fun show. It was actually Billy's dream girl, and that was a lot of fun. Again, great people, Calista Flockhart and all the different people. Lucy Liu. I got to work with some great people, and I loved it, actually. It was a lot of fun. I keep in touch with a couple of the people I worked with. So even though it was a while ago, it was a really fun show.
Do you ever see them a couple of people in the front row at the Lakers games?
Oh, yeah. We always have so many celebrities at the Lakers game. Every game, doesn't matter who we're playing, we always have celebrities in attendance and on the courts. You always get to see people you've worked with before, or there's always someone you know.
Yeah, Jack Nicholson's always there at the the front row.
Yeah, he always is.
It always is. So it's really great to have a fan like him around as well. And what do we look forward to for you? Are we going to see? Is there anything coming up for you within the next couple of months?
Yeah, actually, I have a couple of. Actually, going to be doing my own radio show. We're in negotiations on that, and also a new sports TV show as well. So, got that going on, and also development in a reality show. So, a lot of things coming up, and actually doing a book as well on a woman in a man's world.
Oh, that's great. Is the radio show going to be local, or is it going to be syndicated nationally?
It's going to be national. It's going to be a national sports show.
Oh, that's absolutely great. I'd love to see a woman being a part of this, part of the sports show kind of family, all that. So
yeah, definitely. It's going to be me, and it's going to be my co-host is going to be Sean Salisbury, who was on ESPN, one of the best NFL analysts out there, who actually was a quarterback in the NFL as well. He'll be my co-host on that show. Yeah,
are you very versed at football yourself, or are you going to give that to Salisbury?
We're going to be doing all sports. We're going to be covering everything from basketball to football, and baseball is a big sport of mine as well. Horse racing, boxing, you name it, we're going to be covering it. And it's going to be a little bit of lifestyle Hollywood incorporated as well. It's going to be a 3-hour show, radio show.
Yeah, possibly women's MMA, hopefully.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of women's MMA. I don't know. Have you seen any women's MMA at all?
I'm not, to be honest with you, I'm not really into it. I'm a real big boxing girl, so I'm not really into the MMA, UFC. I know I should because it's the new trend, but I'm a boxing girl. I follow Manny Pacquiao, and I'm really looking forward to him fighting Mayweather if that happens. So that's kind of where, when it comes to fighting, I'm a boxing girl. I'm not really into the UFC yet.
Well, if you ever need an MMA, women's MMA analyst, give me a call because I'm the editor over at fightergirls.com right now. So I
know that's big in
MMA
Vegas,
stuff.
too. I know that's a big thing in Vegas.
Yeah, it is. So, if you ever need any MMA analysis, let me know.
I actually did a USO tour with Randy Couture, and so he was kind of breaking it down, letting me know a little bit about the UFC because I don't know anything about it. So it's kind of fun to learn about that.
Yeah, Randy's a great guy. I mean, I met him once, but he's a really great guy. He's really charitable. He's, the nicest guy in the world outside the ring. Inside the ring, though, he's the most vicious fighter out there, So
yeah, exactly.
Really
he's like a badass in the ring, but he's so sweet and nice guy. And then his son Ryan is actually moving up in the MMA circuit as well. So
yeah, he just main evented this past weekend. I think he won, if I'm not mistaken, and they're talking about him going pro. So
yeah, that's what I've been hearing.
So yeah, it'd be great. Anytime, do you think it'll be in Vegas anytime soon, or?
Yeah, I'm actually going to be out there. I'm playing in a celebrity poker tournament coming up, and then I'm also going to be flying with the Thunderbirds, they're stationed at Nellis Air Force Base, and so I'm going to be doing a ride with them in Vegas. So I'll let you know when I'm out there. Yeah,
I mean, I hope. It sounds exciting to be able to fly with the Angels. How long does that come about?
The Thunderbirds, yeah. I've done 16 USO tours, 6 in Iraq and Afghanistan, and so the military always will ask me to do certain, things like that, and so I've been able to jump with the Golden Knights, and now I'm going to be flying with the Thunderbirds. So I'm a little nervous. It's going to be kind of, because I don't really like heights, and I don't really like flipping around, so that's why I don't even do roller coasters. So it'll be interesting to see how this pans out.
Yeah. Hopefully your stomach's okay after this. So.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see how that turns out.
Yeah, don't eat a big lunch before it. So.
Yeah, I know. That's what I've been told. I probably won't be eating at all for 24 hours up till then.
Okay, yeah, and I want to mention everybody can check out Bonnie Bonnie-Jill.com. Is that correct?
Yes, and then my Twitter is BJ Laflin, and I am also on Facebook, Bonnie Jill Laflin.
Yeah, make sure you guys check her out. She's a really great one. Yeah, definitely let me know if everything comes into development with any of the stuff. I'd love to have you back on the show, and definitely it was an absolute pleasure to have you and be able to talk to you a little bit about the NBA March Madness and everything about your career. So I'd love to have you back on.
Great. Thank you so much for having me.
Make sure you guys check us out on Twitter at SWIV and Somewhere in Vegas on Facebook. We're also on Instagram at SWIV Podcast. That's at SWIV Podcast. I also want to mention you guys can subscribe to us on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and wherever you get your podcasts. You can also ask your Alexa app to subscribe or play the latest episode of Somewhere in Vegas. So definitely check that out as well. With that in mind, we'll see you guys next week. Like I said, we'll be doing live interviews along with these rewind episodes for the next couple months. So definitely check us out on our social media for any updates. Thank you, and please subscribe to Somewhere in Vegas as well. We'll see you next week.